Well, I'm Kenny Childers from the band Gentleman Caller, and I'm just going to walk you through how I use Bounce as a music storage and collaboration tool, and how it has kind of eliminated the need for me to be bouncing between all these different applications like Google Drive and Google Docs and Dropbox, and help me organize communication between my collaborators and bandmates, so that we're not just searching through text threads and um, and email and that kind of thing. Um, Bounce makes it a lot easier to move from the ideas stage of a song all the way through the completion of a record with minimal reliance on other tools. So it makes it nice and clean and easy to keep things all in one spot. Let me share my screen here and show you kind of my process. Okay, so we're in Bounce. We're in the tool. I'm using a web browser version, but we've got a phone version, a phone application version coming as well. So if I click into my library, um, first thing I want to do is make sure, my artist is already set up, but you can create new artists with your account. For me, I'm involved in a few different projects, so I can bounce between them here. We're going to stay in the Gentleman Caller space for now, since that's the record that we're going to be working on. If you click on the plus sign here, that's how you would create a new record. I've already got one set up for this purpose. So if we open that up, once you create a record in your artist profile, you're going to see your different stages here that are sort of baked in. You can remove these stages, you can add new stages, you can rename stages. So just whatever makes the most sense for you as far as your workflow is concerned. Like a lot of times I will add a new stage called outtakes because we end up recording more songs than we need, and so I'll store them in that location here. Um, so let's go ahead and upload a song here. So I'm going to add the first song for this record. Of course, I can pull in any existing songs that I've already uploaded previously to Bounce, but we're going to upload a new one here. So the first thing I'm going to pull in is going to be just a rough mix, kind of a demo here to the space. So I'll just drop that file in, process the song, and it will automatically put in that first stage that you have, but you can change that if you want when you're doing the upload. Finish it. It will give you the option of setting the name. It does do a pretty good job of kind of eliminating dates and that kind of thing. You can see it automatically change that here, but I'm going to go ahead and remove this character. And then I've got my rough mix set up here. So now the song Dark Horses exists in the Gentleman Caller catalog, and it's been added to the Gentleman Caller 2026 album. This is a rough mix. The next thing I want to do is add the individual stems. So those are the individual tracks that have been recorded. So I've got multiple vocal tracks, multiple guitar tracks. I want to go ahead and drop those things in here. And this is what is handy when you have collaborators, because you can have them upload their own tracks, right? So I can have David, my guitar player, upload a lead guitar track into this song, and then it's all going to be housed underneath the song Dark Horses. So there's no more of this like invite to a specific link in Google Drive, and for me to have to go then pull that in to where I want it to exist. He can just go ahead and upload it straight here. He can add notes to it. So we're going to go ahead and add some stems here. So we'll give that a second to cook. That will upload our stems to the stems area. And then once we've actually got the stems added, we can use our mixer here that's built into Bounce to sort of play with levels. So wait for that to load into the mixer. We've got all of our individual tracks. I think we had 18 on this song. Once we go to our mixing area, if I press play, that's going to play the song, and then I can adjust the different levels of the tracks that I've got here that I've added. So and then once you've got you've got a mix that you like that you've been playing with here, you can bounce it to your file structure inside of that song. We'll start that bounce. and then that's going to save it as a mix. So now we've got that initial mix that we uploaded, and then we've got the new rough mix that I included here. So right now this one is set as primary, but if we want to set the other as primary, we can do that. So now if I hit that star, it's going to set that new mix that I've done here as the primary mix. Um, if I want to add notes to this song, I can do that here. This is what helps our collaboration and helps us kind of remember where we're at in these kinds of things. So if I want Michael, our drummer, to add a tambourine, and give some sort of instruction here, and then he can come in here since he is a collaborator in our structure, and he can pull in. He can record his tambourine part, and then he can pull it into our stems here. So now we've got that stem in here. We can go back to the mixer, and then we can go into our mixing area here and decide how loud we want that tambourine to be. So once we're satisfied with the levels that we have set, we can again go through the process of creating a new mix. Bounce that down. Wait for that to cook. And then we will be able to now see that we've got 3 mixes in here. And if we want to set that one as default, it's already set as the primary. Now when we press play on this parent record, even this parent song level here, we're going to be able to hear whatever we've set as the primary. So we've got these 19 stems, we've got these 3 mixes, but if I hit play, it's just going to play the mix that I've just completed, because that one is set as primary. So that's kind of how that works. You can add artwork for your album pretty easily here. So if I wanted to pull in a photo or something to set as kind of a temporary artwork, or if you know what your permanent artwork is going to be, you can do that by just uploading a picture and setting that up there. And of course, once you know the name of your record, you can change that just by clicking on your edit. You can share the record. So if I want to make it public, I can make that public. And then I can include only the primary mix to be heard, so that we're not going to users aren't going to be able to open up different mixes. It's just going to be the ones that we've set as primary. We can allow folks to download as well. The other thing that's handy is, well, there's a few things that are handy. So one, you can create events. So if you're like me and your band has trouble keeping track of your shows and studio work that you have coming up, you can keep all of that inside of here. So let's say that we're going to set a rehearsal. We can select our date and time. We've got one that we're doing early on the 27th, for example. We're gonna meet up at 10:30, and we can set an end time as well if we want. Add a description. We can set a location, and then we'll create that event, and it will have that in our event calendar. You can create other kinds of events, obviously, like once we get to a point where we've got rough mixes we want to listen through and talk about, I can set up a listening party for that, and then I can go over here to our built-in bounce lounge. So if I go to my gentleman caller lounge here, I can pull in just the songs that I want to listen through. So I can add Dark Horses here, which is the one that we just recorded, and that way we can listen through all of our mixes, and we have a chat over here that will where we can actually talk to each other. I can talk to folks that are in my collaboration space. Andrew Gustin is an example. I can say, if we're listening through the song, I can say, hey, can you add an organ to this section? And that is actually going to also go into his email. He will get an email with this comment in case he's not in the lounge at the time. So yeah, so that's kind of the process, but it makes it very easy for me to, again, not have to search through endless G Drive files and Dropbox files, and be able to just go, okay, I want to go. I'm working in the gentleman collar space. I want to, um, you know, look at where we are in this new record, and I can add all the songs that we want in the various stages that they're in, and then once we are in the process of mixing, um, we can drag that over to mixing, and once it's been mixed, drag that over to mastering, um, and then it just helps us keep track of where we are in the project and where the songs are in the project, and having the ability to sort of play with levels of your individual stems inside of this, and then be able to listen to it together within this space really helps sort of remote collaboration, so that we don't have to all be hovering over the same computer to be able to work through these processes. So, yep, that's kind of how I use the tool. So I hope this is helpful. See you later.